Ryan Gosling has established himself as one of the finest actors of his generation. The Canadian-born actor has impressive range and is known for giving strong, dramatic performances. However, he is also considered one of Hollywood's sexiest men. Everyone knows who Ryan Gosling is, and everyone knows his movies. But do people actually know the man himself? Here are 10 things you didn't know about Ryan Gosling. He was raised Mormon. His parents were both devout Mormons, and that is how they raised both Ryan and his sister Mandy. In an interview with BeliefNet, he stated, "I grew up Mormon. I wasn't really Mormon, my parents were. I never really could identify with it. There's good things about going to church. Being Mormon socialized me at a young age." His mother was particularly interested in the church, with Gosling telling The Guardian, "We were brought up pretty religious. My mother admits it. She says, you were raised by a religious zealot. She's different now, but at the time, it was a part of everything, what they ate, how they thought." He was diagnosed with ADHD as a child. As a child, Gosling was diagnosed with ADHD and was prescribed Ritalin. As a result of his ADHD, he had difficulty learning to read and was placed in a special needs class. When he was 10, his mother took him out of school, quit her job and then homeschooled him. According to him, homeschooling consisted of watching movies with his mom and listening to Chet Baker and Billie Holiday. He modeled his accent after Marlon Brando. Gosling certainly has a unique way of speaking. As it turns out, this is not his natural accent. During an interview with W Magazine in 2010, Gosling stated his belief that the Canadian accent didn't sound tough. Wanting to sound tough as a teenager, he literally changed the way he spoke by mirroring the speech patterns of Marlon Brando. It's unclear if this is the same accent he has today, but it's a funny story nevertheless. He is a high school dropout. Like many famous people with incredible talent, Ryan Gosling is a high school dropout. Gosling attended numerous high schools throughout his teenage years, including Cornwall, Ontario's Cornwall Collegiate and Vocational School, and Burlington, Ontario's Lester B. Pearson High School. It was here that Gosling dropped out at 17 years old to pursue acting full-time. The following year, Gosling moved out to New Zealand and found work on the Fox Kids network program Young Hercules. His breakthrough role was playing a neo-Nazi. After working on the likes of Young Hercules, Gosling finally earned his major movie breakthrough by playing a neo-Nazi in the 2001 drama The Believer. Gosling plays a Jewish man turned neo-Nazi named Danny Ballant, and he starred opposite Billy Zane as Curtis Zampf, the leader of a fascist group. The Believer took home the Grand Jury Prize at the 2001 Sundance Film Festival and helped make Gosling a star. It was his first serious adult role, and 3 years later he starred as Noah Calhoun in the enormously popular The Notebook. He once lived in a tent. According to People magazine, the producers of Gosling's film Fracture had a hard time tracking the actor down to give him the film's script because he was living in a tent for 2 months for reasons he won't disclose. Producers managed to find him and give him the script and he really liked it, so he gave up tent life to take part in the film. He once lived with Justin Timberlake. While they no longer keep in touch, Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake were great friends as children. During the second year of filming for the Mickey Mouse Club, Gosling lived with Justin Timberlake and his mother. Since Gosling's mother had to keep her job in Canada, Timberlake's mother became the actor's guardian for about 6 months. They were pretty close back then and would get in trouble together. One time, they stole a golf cart and drove it to MGM Studios. He was fired from The Lovely Bones. He was cast as the grieving father in The Lovely Bones, but was replaced by Mark Wahlberg 1 month before filming began. Gosling had gained 20 pounds and grew a beard for the role and said, "The age of the character versus my real age was always a concern of mine. Peter Jackson and I tried to make it work, and ultimately it just didn't." He joined a local ballet company. When he was a lot younger, he joined the local ballet company in his area. It's clear he enjoys performing in all capacities, and that includes dancing. It would be hard to picture Ryan Gosling performing a ballet set right now, but that doesn't mean that he would be totally opposed. He has proven that he knows how to express himself musically alongside Emma Stone in the movie La La Land. He owns a Moroccan restaurant in LA. Gosling currently owns a Moroccan restaurant in Beverly Hills by the name of Tagine. The restaurant is quite high class, and according to Morocco World News, it's where A-list celebrities meet for a plate of Moroccan delicacies. Gosling and the co-owner, Chef Abdesamid Benamur, started planning the restaurant all the way back in 2004, and it has reportedly hosted the likes of Richard Gere, Salma Hayek, and Keanu Reeves, among many others.